Look at your card. How you are. The road ahead is clear. You're on the fast road to something. 3 cards have come out for you. Are we? No, we're not. We're on YouTube. Hello, YouTubers. We're live on Facebook. Hello, everybody. It's me again, Pet Psychic Beth, here to do another just over an hour of a Facebook Live. So that means I'm going to be doing readings for you on your pets, which of course I love doing. I love talking to your pets. I love seeing their pictures. I love answering your questions. And I like it when you join in. So do make sure you put your comments in so I can see them and I can see who's here. Can't wait to see all of you. Just seeing if I can see it on my screen at the moment. There we go. Just got it up on my screen so I can see who is joining in tonight. And let me see if anybody's there yet. Hurry up and join me so I can do some readings for you. As you know, I did do a TV series earlier this year in February and March on Channel 5, The Pet Psychic. If you missed it, go on the app, My5, type in the search box, The Pet Psychic, and watch me on the telly. Watch me zooming off all around the country, talking to people's pets. Had a brilliant time. I know a lot of you watched it because you've messaged me to say you really enjoyed it, and I really do appreciate it when you get in touch. Let me see who's here. Sarah's here already. Hi, Beth, she says. Hello, Melissa from South Africa. Nice to see you. Lovely to see you. Thanks for joining me again. Let's see who else. Is anybody else here yet? Let's see, I'm sure more of you will be joining. Oh, Linda's here. She went, hi, Beth, fingers crossed for a reading. Nice to see you here, Linda. Do you like my pink blouse I've got on tonight, ladies? Matched it with my heart necklace. Can you see? Very colour coordinated tonight. Sarah said, thank you for our reading. A reading on our Henry. Well, you are very welcome. Thank you for getting in touch, Sarah. Now, remember, you can, throughout the week, leave photographs of your pets with their name and their age and the question over on our Facebook, the Pet Psychic page. You'll see a discussion. Just leave it in there, because I can start to look at your photographs ready for the next live. So I can do that in advance. Now, is it the 2nd of October, I think, next Wednesday? I'll just check with my producer. I've got that right. I don't know where I am with dates and times. The time seems to be going so quickly because I know I won't be here next Wednesday. So we'll have to rearrange the live because I've got something else I've got to do next Wednesday. So just so you know. Hello, Wendy. So a few of you are joining in already. Wendy said, I just added the names and ages of mine. I forgot to, first of all. It's because what happens is when I'm linking in telepathically and psychically to your pet, it helps me if I've got their name and their age, because I need to be tuning in to that exact animal. That's why I need that. I don't need any other information about your pet, just your question if you've got something that you would like to know, and that could be anything. Obviously, I'm not a vet, so I can't give you a diagnosis or a prognosis about an animal's health. That is, the job of your vet. So I always recommend you take an animal there if you are concerned about their health. But I can certainly point you in the right direction. I may pick up, some area of the body which is out of balance. And that can be useful information to share with your vet or any expert that you're seeking help from with your pet. Now, we've been doing the mystery box every week, which is great fun, isn't it? Because if you get the answer correct to what is in the mystery box, you know you're first on the list for a reading. Do you know what? We've had 5 winners from last week, and I'm going to do the reveal in a minute. And we've got Brenda with Sylvester, Ronnie with Tallulah, Melissa with Kitty, Mandy with Sabre. They all got the answer right, and so did Louise. She got the answer right. But lovely Louise, she said, I already had a reading, so I'd like to give it to somebody else. So how kind is that? But do stay tuned to the end, Louise, if you're on here. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Let me see, is she here? Wendy's here. Brenda's here. Hello, Brenda. We've got Sarah and Melissa as well. Let me have a look on here. I've got some more messages. Annie, you're here. I can see Annie. I can see Mandy. She said, good evening, lovely lady. I'm excited. So am I, Mandy. I'm always excited when I do the lives. I think it's great. I love doing it. I love connecting with you all. And I love looking at your pets. So many of you here tonight. Now, we're going to be doing this week's mystery box in a moment, but I'm going to show you last week's mystery box. Here it is. Hello, Helen. Hello, Lynette. Lynette says she's here with Louis. Hello, Tracy. She said, hi, Beth. I'm listening while I'm decorating. What are you doing? You putting up wallpaper, Tracy? Or are you painting? You'll have to let me know what you're doing. But don't get like paint all over your phone if you're messaging or if you're on the computer. Melissa, I'm excited for my first ever reading. Woohoo! And Kirsten, I'm here with Negra. Oh, that's brilliant. I can see Helen. I'll have a look at that for you, Helen, in a moment. I'll read your message out. But I want to have a look and do the big reveal from last week. You can see Liz on here as well, sending love from Redditch. I love Redditch. Great shopping place, Redditch is. Right, now, did you have a go? Because there was some clues to what was in last week's mystery box. And I was giving you some clues throughout the week. So do remember to keep checking our Facebook Pet Psychic page, because we do lots of things all week on there, including giving you a few clues for the mystery box. So this was a bewitched pet, was one of the clues. An item of jewellery that you can wear. And this pet could be a blessing or a curse. What could it possibly be? Oh, Tracy, I'm painting hall stairs and landing, she says. Oh, very good. I hope you've got a big roller, Tracy. Hope you've got a nice big roller to go up those stairs with. Anybody else can have a guess if you didn't already do so. What could it be in here? Item of jewellery you can wear, a bewitched pet. Could be a blessing or a curse. Very cryptic. Are you ready? Liz said a black cat necklace. You're very close with that, Liz. You're very on the money there. Ready? It's a hinge lid, so it's easy to open. What's inside? Can you see? There's something gold in there. Something gold. Hello, Kate. She said, good evening, lovely Beth. Ready? A cat eye brooch, says Claire. Sarah said a black cat brooch. You are very, very close, everybody. Very, very close. It actually is a brooch. So well done if you got brooch. And it is, can you see? A witch's broomstick. I don't know how well you can see that. Hold on. How well can you see it? Let me just get something to put behind it. I did have a little book and I don't know what I've done with it. Hang on. I'll put my Life by Numbers book there. You might be able to see it better. Can you see it now if I just put that in front of it? It is a witch's cat on a broomstick. There we go. And it's a brooch. So well done if you got that right. I know many of you did. Many of you did. So we've got Brenda, Ronnie, Melissa and Mandy, they all got it right in the week. There you go. It's quite nice actually. I could have put it there, couldn't I? Look, on my blouse. Looks quite nice on there. So well done. Brenda said she likes it. Melissa said it's gorgeous. And Annie said, which broom cat brooch? Perfect for this time of year. It's very Halloween, isn't it, Annie? Very Halloween. Yeah, I liked it. The funny thing was, when my daughter came over at the weekend from London, I said, have a go. I gave her the box. I didn't tell her what was in it. I said, have a go. What's in the mystery box? And she was sort of saying all different things. And I said, no, you haven't got it right. Have a look at it. And then she looked at it and she went, oh, Mom, I used to have one of those brooches when I was little, exactly the same. It wasn't the one, but I said, oh my goodness. So I've promised it to Rachel. So she's already sort of put her order in for this. So I'm going to give it her and she can wear it on Halloween. So there you go. There you go. Now, of course, we've got to do this week's box. So it's very different what's in this week's box to last week's box. Very different. I'm just going to get the box. It's a lot bigger. Here it is. It's actually a pedigree chum tin. It's a tin. Now, I don't want you to think that because it's got pictures of dogs on it, that is a clue, because it is nothing to do with animals that is inside. I had to use this tin because I couldn't fit this object into any of my existing boxes that I've used before. Can you hear that? Just giving it a shake. So it's quite noisy, isn't it? What could it be? What could it be? Kate said that's a whopper. It is. It is a whopper. It is a whopper. There you go. I have to be careful because I could potentially break it, but it's not too fragile. But I'm not giving you any more clues. It's nothing to do with animals. It's not particularly fragile. But I will give you extra clues in the week on the Pet Psychic page, okay, if you don't get it. What could it be? What could it be? Annie says, Beth, do you say hello to cats in your neighbourhood? Yes, I do. And dogs. I can't help it. Like when I'm out and I see an animal. I saw a dog today, actually, when I was out. I met some friends for lunch and I saw it was absolutely hammering it down with rain. It was literally raining cats and dogs. It was terrible. And I just couldn't help like walking behind this little Jack Russell. And I just said, hello, how are you doing? And it literally, he looked startled and looked round at me. So, he's listening. But I can't just go up to the owners and say, oh, excuse me, I'm just talking to your dog or your cat, because they'd think I'm nuts, wouldn't they? They would. But I love doing that, and I do get interesting information coming back from them. Debbie said, is it a coffee cup in your mystery box? It isn't a coffee cup, Debbie. It is nothing to do with anything to eat or drink. I feel like I'm giving you loads of clues this week. I better stop giving you clues. A Christmas ornament? Wooden? No. Melissa said, what was the funniest conversation you had with an animal? The one that I recall, and I think I wrote about it in my book, Everything You Need to Know to Become a Pet Psychic, was this guy heard that I was going round to his brother's house and he went, oh, you got that pet psychic coming round. You know, he was like taking the mick. And he brought his macaw parrot round to see me, but he was a non-believer, this guy. Didn't believe in what I did. He thought it was hilarious, but he thought it'd be funny to bring his massive parrot round, right? So anyway, he was going, oh, yeah, right, how can you talk to animals? And he said, all right then. He went, ask my parrot something that you wouldn't know about me. So I did, and I went to the parrot. I said, you've got to help me out here. Tell me something that is going to shock him, that you can tell me about him, and then he's going to believe what I do. He'll know that you can talk. And this macaw, he said to me, he went, he wears tights under his trousers, ladies' tights. So I thought, oh my God. So I said, oh yeah, I said, your macaw has just told me something. I said, he tells me that you wear ladies' tights under your trousers. And he went, what? And literally this guy, you could see him going red. He just went really red, really embarrassed. I went, oh, it must be true then. And he went, well, yeah. He goes, but I only do it when I go fishing. Yes, so he did wear ladies' tights under his trousers when he goes fishing. So that told him. So yeah, that was quite hilarious. Yes, I did put that in my book, Mandy, but that is one of the funniest things that I recall. Because it was just, it like served him right. I felt like saying, that'll have you. That'll have you. But he was a lovely guy and he loved it. And then he did start asking more questions about how I did it. I turned him into a believer, which is always good, isn't it? That's always good. If you watch the Pet Psychic show, there's a lovely guy on there called Joseph who's got a camel farm, and I turn him from skeptic into believer as well. But it's a really good episode, so do take a look at it. Kaylee, she went, thank you. Good evening, Beth. Thank you for Bella's reading last week. Sorry I couldn't join the live. I was looking at secondary schools for my daughter. Eek. I've got some cat soup and Bella loves it. I've left a message, she said. Hang on, it's just moved now. Hold on a minute. I've got some cat soup. I think that's what I recommended. Bella loves it. I've left a message about the rest of the reading. Amazing. I blooming love that feisty cat. Oh, Kaylee, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Oh, Wendy said, I'm so glad there's someone else like me too. There's loads of us, isn't there, Wendy? There is. We've all got to let people know that you can talk to animals. Right, let me have a look over here. Hayley, she said, I have parrots too. I tell you what, parrots are amazing to telepathically talk to. So have a go with your parrot, Hayley. Have a go yourself. Lizzie's here. Oh, Mandy said, no, I meant in the box. It's in one of your books. Is it one of your books in the box? I get you now. No, it isn't a book. It isn't one of my books in the box, actually. It's something else. It's an object. An object. Oh, now I'm going to be doing some readings, and of course we've got our mystery box winners. So I'm going to start with you. Now, Brenda is the first one with Sylvester the cat. Now, are you on here, Brenda? Because I've got a question to ask you. I think she's on here, isn't she? Here's Brenda's cat. Now look at this. This is Sylvester. He's an old dude and ornery. Ornery, is that the breed of cat? I don't know what that means. He's now 30 years old. Brenda, is that right? Is your cat Sylvester 30? That's incredible. That's just extraordinary. You need to get in touch. Ah, so is he an old dude and is he a bit grumpy? Is that what ornery means? Ornery? A bit like a military grumpy cat. I don't quite know. Right, let's just get that message up again. And Brenda said he's 30, so I need to check that. Is he 30, Brenda? That's if he is, can you just tell us your secret for longevity of cats? What are you feeding him? What are you doing? Because that is just incredible. You'll have to get onto the Guinness World Record books, put him in there. But I know it's possible. Cats can live to that age, but I just think that's amazing. And he looks so beautiful. Look at his coat. Anyway, I've digressed. Brenda said, we rescued a feral cat and her baby recently. Sylvester gets along with them sometimes. I've lost the message again. Here we go. But he usually is stalking them. This poor rescue cat has had a very hard life, and I wanted to let her live life out in peace and love, which she's never had before. Can you tell me what I can do to make it easier on Sylvester? And why does he not like the new rescue cats? Oh, bless him. I love him. He's great. I made a few notes for you, actually, Brenda. He says, I like my peace. And he says, I don't like change. And now he says to me, what it is, some of the irritation, because he feels a little bit irritated by it, is that the cats, the new cats, have distracted his routine. And he says to me, he has the personality where he likes to know what is happening and when. And it's kind of like being in a rut, but a good rut for him. He's in a good routine. He knows when he's fed, what's happening when, and he likes that. And he says to me, they've distracted my usual timings of things. It's not that he doesn't like the cats, but he's also letting them know that he is in charge. He said, I'm trying to put them in their place so that they know what is acceptable and what isn't acceptable. And he's a bit of a stick in the mud. And he said, I did like it the way it was. He says, because I'm very happy at home. He loves you very much, Brenda. And he does like to have you all to himself. He likes that time with you and him. He feels that that is very valuable. And he says that he liked it the way it was, but he does understand what you're doing and why you're doing it. So he is accepting of the situation, which I thought was good. He also said to me the date of October the 27th. So I need you to write that down if you don't already understand it, for something happening. And he said to check any travel issues, because he just said to me travel disruption. So I don't know if you've got something planned, but before you go out, just check things like the tyres on your vehicle, for instance. Just, double check everything when he gives me this travel disruption message, because animals are so psychic, they can see things before they've happened. And he's very good at doing that. He says he's doing amazingly well for his age. He says he gets a bit itchy, so he likes it when you're kind of scratching him or grooming him. He said he feels like his heart is a little bit slower. So just keep on top of any vet's visits and get them to check that, because he was showing me his chest. But he does feel very good for such an old cat. He gave me a Z name. Was there another animal with a name like Zizi or Zebedee? But he kept showing me the initial Z, which is quite unusual. He said the name that sounded like Clarence or Claire, and he also gave me a name that sounded like Sandra or Sandy. So I think you're doing amazing with all these cats, Brenda. He just doesn't really like his routine disrupted, but other than that, he's doing very well indeed. So well done for having potentially one of the world's oldest cats. How brilliant's that? Can you confirm he's 30 if you're on here? Oh, she said they have disrupted his routine. I can see you on here now, Brenda. Meow Mix, is that what you're feeding, Brenda? She said, yes, I'm here. Yes, he is old. That's amazing. We all need to learn from you, Brenda, about what to feed our cats. I just think that's so good. Liz says, fantastic age, Brenda. It is, isn't it, Liz? Hello, Karen. Brenda said, that is great news. Oh, thank you, Brenda. Hope you've enjoyed your reading. I'm going to do a reading now for Ronnie with Tallulah. Wait till you see Tallulah. Wait till you see her. She's very, very pretty. Now, Tallulah is a Maltipoo, and my new dog that I had a couple of months ago is a Maltipoo. There you go. Look at Tallulah's little face. Isn't she delightful? Ronnie said, this is Tallulah, our 13-year-old Maltipoo. The question I would like to know is if she's okay. Does she need anything else from us? We also have a 10-month-old pup. Oh, look at her. She is gorgeous. I like her little tag. Looks like a little heart shape. So I've made a few notes for you, Ronnie. I've put, does she need anything? Is she okay? She said, I'm very happy and I like to be warm. And I thought, well, that's an interesting thing to say to Lula. And as I sort of looked at that, if you take her to the vets, Ronnie, just if they do any bloods, just get them to check like her iron levels, because I felt like, does she feel the cold? When she said to me, I like to be warm. And sometimes if the iron is a little bit low, that can make them feel cold. So it might be that she might need a little bit of extra in her diet, or a bit of red meat in her diet. But I'm not a vet or a nutritionalist. I'm just telling it you so you can be on top of things. She said she has a very friendly nature, and she has a very accepting nature. She says, I have to get used to people and other animals, but when I do, I form very strong bonds and very strong friendships with them. She told me about a birthday in this month of September, so I hope you understand that, Ronnie. She said her teeth can be a little bit troublesome. They need to be kept clean, but she says, I do like a chew. I also felt some stiffness, particularly around the back end with her legs and her hips. And I asked her, what do you need? And she showed me that joint care supplement would be good for her. And I know that that is something you can chat to somebody at the pet shop who's knowledgeable. So make sure it's right for her weight and her age and her size. But I felt there was stiffness there, and that's why she's requesting it. She said she's very happy with her home life. She's accepted the pup into it, and she gets on well with them, and she likes them. She said she does crave attention at times with you, but she says you always know how I feel. She says that you support each other, which I thought was very nice. She said the name to me, Chris or Clive, but I know it was a C name that she was showing me. And then she said connections to Brighton. So, Ronnie, have you got any connections yet to Brighton? Like, have you got friends there? Or, I don't know, you'll know if you've got connections to Brighton. Let me know if you're here in the chat. Also, if you don't know, can you jot it down, because she may foresee something coming up for you soon with a Brighton connection. But I think she's really beautiful. I love her gentle energy. I think she's a real little diamond. And thanks for sharing. Thanks for sending in her picture. And well done for getting the mystery box correct. That is very, very good indeed. What is in this week's mystery box? What could it be? If you've just joined us, I'm Beth, the Pet Psychic Beth Lee-Crowther, and I like to see as many of you on here as we can. So do remember, if you're joining in, and particularly if you're doing the mystery box, please tag a friend and share, comment and like. Let's get lots of people knowing about this, that I come on to do the live. I'm going to give it a shake. Can you hear that? It's not pet related, it's an object. That's a little clue. It's an object. Nothing to do with Pedigree Chum, or we're not endorsed by them or anything. It just happens to be a tin that I got. That the only thing I could fit the mystery object in was this. My other boxes were a bit too small. That's a clue within itself. What is in here? Brenda said a hammer keeps coming to mind. It's not a hammer. Not a hammer, Brenda. Have another go. Brenda also said, I think having an inside-outside cat is the best thing. They get the love they need and the nourishment they need and all the mice they can want. I think that's the secret. Well, that must be the secret, because you're the one, Brenda, with the oldest cat. So that does sound like good advice. Let your cat out when it's safe to do so. Oh, Suzanne, she said, I just put my cat down and she was 25. Well, that's an amazing age, Suzanne, but very sad to hear about that. I know it's really horrible when we have to make those decisions, even when our pets are really old. You know, it's still heartbreaking. So my love does go out to you, and I do know how it feels. Brenda said, thank you so much, Beth. Kaylee's here. Oh, no, we've read that one about Kaylee having the soup. Hang on, I just need to scroll a bit further up. Liz said, that was a good episode with the camels. So that was on my Pet Psychic show on Channel 5. There was 4 1-hour, a bit like documentaries for an hour. Go onto My 5 app, put in the Pet Psychic and you can watch them. Or go on YouTube. I know we've got people watching on YouTube tonight, but if you put in the Pet Psychic Channel 5 or something like that, you'll find loads of clips on there for the shows. So if you are not in the UK, you can watch from anywhere in the world on YouTube. So I know we have a lot of people who join in with the lives from all over the place, which is wonderful. Let me have a look. Hello, Amber. She says, I'm a bit late. Hope everyone is well. Oh, glad you can join us, Amber. Let's have a look. Brenda said, is it a hammer? No, it's not a hammer. And Annie said, a vintage hairbrush. It's not a hairbrush, Annie, but I like that. I like that answer. I do like that answer. Now I'm going to do a reading now for, where did we get to? Melissa and Kitty. Let me have a look. Melissa and Kitty. So to get my bits of paper. So I'm trying to keep myself in order because I'm not very good at being organised. It takes a lot of effort. I'm not a very organised person. Right. So Melissa and Kitty is also a winner from last week's mystery box. And I know that when Melissa messaged in, she said that she's found Kitty, and Kitty had a collar on with the name Echo, which is very interesting. Oh, look at Kitty. Oh, she looks so cute. This is Kitty. She's about 5 years old, and she chose us in 2020 when she just showed up and she never left. Her collar had her name, which was previously Echo, but no number, and she wasn't chipped. I would like to know why she chose us and if she is happy with her new name. Oh, so I made a few notes for you, Melissa. She said that this is what fascinated me. When I tuned into her, I said, why did you turn up and why did you choose Melissa? Because I know that was your burning question. And she said, I did need a new home. She said, but Melissa needed me after a disappointing time. And she made me feel like you'd had something either disappointing or upsetting, Melissa. And I don't know if it was grief or loss or what that was, but she said you needed her and she came to you. And animals are very spiritually aware and psychic, and sometimes they come to us because they know that our two souls need to come together, especially if we've had something distressing. They often show up, which I always find absolutely fascinating. But she said you needed her, and so she came. She said, I've got an easy nature. She said, I'm kind, I am fun. I felt like she's a bit sassy. You know, if she was a person, maybe she'd be doing a little dance. Maybe she does do a cat dance. But I like her energy. She said, I love it here. So she's very happy with you in her home, and she wanted to be with you. But you've got like this mutual side to you where you like support each other. So she likes to feel secure, and you do make her feel secure. She felt as though, even though she had a previous home, I felt like something was going on there, and she knew it was the right time to come away. She gave me a name. Now, sometimes I hear names really clearly, and other times I see initials or the start of a name, and what I got was BA. So I don't know whether she's trying to say, I don't know, Barbara, or what it is. I don't want to guess. I just want to give you the facts of what she gave me, because BA may be the initials for somebody. She said also the name Kelly. Now I could hear the name Kelly really clearly. And she also gave me ROS, Ross. So I have to give you exactly what I received from the animals, because if I try and like put my spin on it, I could be wrong, but I know they're right. She said, more fish, please. She likes fish. She feels that it's good for her, that it's good for her body. But then she showed me some food which isn't good, which was crisps. Do you ever give her any like cheesy Wotsits or crisps, Melissa? Because I felt like she would like that, but I know it's not good. So does she try and steal them, or does she sneak them, get them? You'll have to let me know. I hope you're on here and you can confirm that. Claire, I could see you saying, I'm watching on YouTube. Woohoo! Thank you, Claire. I'm in the UK, but like you, on the big screen so we can all watch. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you, Claire. Thanks for watching on YouTube. So, Melissa, I love the energy of Kitty. I love that she came to you. She knew that you needed each other. Lovely, kind, fun nature. Loves being with you. Gave me those names. I'm going to ask her for a date because I didn't jot one down, and she just said May the 13th. So if you don't know it, I need you to write it down. So well done. Another winner, Melissa with Kitty. And yes, she does like a new name, by the way. Do you know what? I always think if you've got an animal that you've like adopted or a rescue or whichever circumstance they've come to you, I always think it's good to give them a new name. Like my new dog was called Poppy, but it's a new start. So I always think new name, new start. But I didn't want to deviate too far away, so I call her Popsy. So she still understands it, but she knows it's a new name as well. And, oh, Melissa, she said she came to us on the 13th of May. Oh, wow. Well, there you go. Isn't that just amazing evidence? That's incredible. That's what she just said, 13th of May. That's amazing. Well, there you go. How psychic is Kitty? That was really brilliant. Well, thank you for confirming that. And then she said, my daughter gives her chips. He he he. Stop giving her chips. Tell her the pet psychic said no more chips for Kitty. Tell your daughter that, Melissa. Oh, and Melissa said my father had passed away a few months prior. Oh, so she knew you were in grief. That's why she came to you. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, thanks for confirming that. That's really brilliant. And I'm so glad you understood that reading. Isn't she brilliant? That's really lovely. And our next reading is Mandy with Sabre. She's another winner. She's another winner. She got it right. She got it right. Now, let's have a look at the picture of Sabre. You wait till you see this dog. He's absolutely beautiful. He really is. He's like a very good looking boy. Oh, look at his eyes. Oh, I just feel like I want to stroke his head when I look at the picture. Isn't he beautiful? She said, this is Sabre and he's 4 years old. He's my son's dog and I've been taking care of him while my son has been away. And I'd like to know if Sabre misses my son and if he is healthy and if he is happy. And I think Mandy, hang on, let me find me a bit of paper. I think Mandy also owns, I hope I've got this right, Gary the Snail. Mandy, did you have a reading with Gary the Snail? Hang on, let me see if I've wrote it. Yes, Mandy. Do you remember that reading I did a few weeks ago for Mandy with the snail? I'd never talked to a snail before and it was amazing. The things that Gary was able to share, you know, Mandy confirmed. So that was fascinating. But Sabre, he's really beautiful. So he belongs to Mandy's son. Now, I said to him, do you miss him? The first thing he said was, yes, I do. You can't get any more plain than that, can you? But he said, I am being very spoiled with Mandy. He said, I've got a very loving nature and I like to play. He said, I liked him because he was like, I go really mad. I'm like full of energy. But then he goes, then I'm really tired and I crash out. And he said, and I like chilling on the sofa. Oh, I thought he was ace. So yeah, he does miss your son. He gave me this name that sounded like John or George or Jordan, but it's like a John, George, Jordan. Unless you know John and George and Jordan, you might do. But he was giving me all those names. So I hope that makes sense to you, Mandy. And he said he does enjoy being with you because you really spoil him. He says he's very well taken care of, but he does miss him. He said he's being very honest, and he says he can't wait for him to be back. He said the name Poppy, I was just talking about my dog who's called Poppy, but he gave me that name as well. And then he said an interesting thing. He said there's new job offers. I tell you what, when I talk to Sabre, he's very psychic. He telepathically communicates really well. He went, there's new job offers at last. He goes, those are going to start to come in. And he said, and it's all go here. I said, it's very busy, very busy. He gave me the date of May the 18th. So I need you to write that down, Mandy. But this is what sort of made me think, what does he mean? He said, there is, I'm just going to tell you what he gave me because if I get something, I have to give it, okay? I'm just going to tell you what he said. Some kind of love triangle. Now, I don't exactly know what he means by love triangle, but he gave me that. And then he said there's changing of the mind and changing direction in life. And I thought, well, that sounds quite complex. So I hope that makes sense to you, Mandy, or it might make sense to your son. So can you report back what Sabre has said? Because he may understand what that means. Because I hear the words, I see the pictures, but sometimes I don't understand what that means for you or for the person who the reading is for. But often you'll go, yeah, I know what that means for me. And it's his perception. And he is a very, very psychic dog. And he also talked about the wedding or wedding bells. So I don't know if somebody's just about to get married or what that is, but he was giving me the sound of wedding bells as well. And when he told me that, he like gave me this clairvoyant picture in my mind of like having a bow tie on. Has he got one? Has he got anything? Or maybe his son's getting him one. It was really weird what I could see, but he was like, don't I look good? I love his energy, Mandy. I think he's wonderful. So do let me know. She's put, yeah, Gary the snail. Liz said, oh, he's gorgeous. He's very good looking, isn't he, Liz? Very good looking. Look at him. We're going to do a reading in a minute for Kirsty. Where have I got that? Have I got that written down? Kirsty's reading. Not sure. Oh, Kirsten. She's with us now, is she? Okay. And I'm gonna say hello to the lovely Louise as well. Is Louise here? I wonder if Louise is here. Are you here, Louise? I'm just looking to see if I can see any of her comments. So I'll do a reading for Kirsten in a minute. And also, I was hoping Louise is here. Let me have a look. See if I can see. Oh, I don't think Louise is here. So maybe I'll do a little reading for Louise at the end because Louise was so kind. She'd won She was another winner for the mystery box, but she said, let somebody else have the reading because I've had one before. And I thought, oh, how lovely is that? So what I'm going to do for Louise is something a little bit different that you might like. I'll give you a clue. It involves these. Okay. It involves the cards. Oh, Rebecca. She said, we're having some problems feeding our 13-and-a-half-year-old dog. Is there anything that we can do to help? The first thing that comes into my mind, Rebecca, if it's dried food, soak it with some hot water, or even if it's wet food, and give it to your dog so it's lukewarm. Check the temperature. That can really help so that it's like blood heat, and that may well make it more palatable, and make sure that the food is really soft. So even if it's dried, soak it with some hot water at the kettle, let it soak, feed it lukewarm, and let me know how you get on with that. Right, Tracy said, hi Beth, Tracy from York, loving your readings again. Oh, thank you, Tracy. Thank you for joining today. Right, I think I'm going to do a reading for Kirsten. So have we got that up? My lovely producer will sort that, I'm sure. Have we got that, lovely producer? Let's have a look. I might have to make some notes. Oh, look. This is our beloved Cocker Spaniel, Negra. Oh, look. Recently, she stopped sleeping in our bedroom and prefers being in another room. We'd love to know why. She's also slowed down and she doesn't want to go for walks. Oh, Negra has a limp and we're unsure of the cause. She used to lick between her pads, but that's stopped now. She's a bit overweight, but we hope she knows how much we love her and why we limit her treats to help her lose weight. Oh, isn't she beautiful? Oh, do you know what? When I look, Kirsten, let me just write her name down. Immediately, I get the name Paul or Paula. So just remember that's been given. She said she doesn't like, she said she gets disturbed at night and she doesn't like any noise in the room. Does anybody snore? I hope you don't mind me asking that, because that's the first thing that she shows me, like some noise. But also, she feels like she likes to have her own space. She likes it very quiet. And she says to me that she has, I'm not a vet, but there is some kind of, it feels like an arthritic complaint going on, but it feels in her back and it goes down her leg. So I would ask the vet to check her back as well as her leg, because it feels very like I know I do funny things sometimes. I can move strange on the lives. It's because when I'm communicating with the animal, I like feel the feeling in my body, and when I communicate with Negra, she like makes me feel stiff, like I'm going like down the one side like this, like, and that's how she feels. I know that's strange. It's just the animal's way of giving me something called clairsentience, which means like clear feeling. So I feel what's going on for them in my body, and sometimes it makes me move like them. So I'd get that checked. It's not because she doesn't love you that she's not in your bedroom. It's just because she's getting a bit older and she feels like she needs to lie in a different way. Now, have you got a different kind of bed in the other room? Because what she shows me, because she gets this discomfort in her leg and back, she feels like she wants to lie outstretched, not curled. So what she could do with is like a bed that is a rectangular shape, as opposed to, unless it's a big round bed, but she feels like she wants to sort of get into a different sleeping position. So I'd look at that. What you could also look at, Kirsten, is a memory foam bed for her, which you can get now for dogs. So look at that. Or even if she's sleeping on another bed, like a memory foam topper or something, but you can sort that. You'll know how to, you know, put that into place, I'm sure. So I hope that helps you with Negra. Can you just put the picture back on, please, producer? Because I just want to just check. And obviously I can't see the picture at the moment. That just helps me tune in. I just want to check I haven't missed anything. Oh, there she is. She's slowed down now, doesn't want to go to walk. So that's all connected to this issue. She used to lick between her pads, but now that's stopped. I feel that the licking between the pads was like a habit. Sometimes a bit of stress can cause that, but she probably feels that she can't sort of maneuver her body in the same way. But she did say to me that it used to feel itchy, and her skin doesn't feel as itchy now. Have you put her onto a hypoallergenic diet, Kirsten? Because she said she doesn't feel as skin irritated as she used to. I'm wondering, because you've said you've limited her treats, maybe the treats were making her feel itchy. Was you always giving the same ones? Maybe there was something like cereal or wheat or something in there that didn't really agree with her skin. But I do feel hypoallergenic diet is good for this dog. Will you let me know how you get on if you take her to get her back and her leg checked? But she is the most beautiful, kind nature. I look into her eyes, and her eyes are very soft and gentle. And I just feel like she loves to lick you and be with you, that she's quite affectionate. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely dog. Liz said, your readings are amazing, Beth. Really hope I can get one on Taya soon, please. We'll try and do yours next time, Liz. We'll make a note of that. She said she's beautiful, Kirsten. She is, isn't she, Liz? Kate. Hello, Kate. My two boys that are at home, one Cosmic is 20. Well, I thought he was old, but not so sure now. Laugh out loud. And Dobby, who's 10 months old, I worry Cosmic is uncomfortable more than his arthritis, which he has treatment for. I also worry Dobby misses his playmate River. Is he happy now? I let him out with his harness. Oh, I let him out with his harness. I do wonder. I think Dobby does miss his playmate River, but deals with it, Kate. It seems like Dobby is very like sensible. I know that sounds weird for an animal, that they can be sensible, but I get a very sensible, logical feel. I worry Cosmic is uncomfortable more than his arthritis. If you get any of those worries, do always get them checked out with a vet, because I'm not qualified to make a diagnosis or a prognosis. And I think when you ask me that, Kate, if I'm very honest, I think it would warrant a check with the vet, because there might be something a little bit more that will be picked up on, because all you want to do is make your animals as comfortable as possible, you know, and sometimes they do need some extra medication. So just, you know, contemplate that, and that would be my advice. Let me have a look. So, of course, we like to do our mystery box every week. So if you want to join in and send in your answer, you have to go onto the Pet Psychic Facebook page. You need to like, tag a friend, share, put your answers in there. You can have more than one go. Don't think you can only have one go. Have a go throughout the week, because I will give you extra clues in the week so you can keep joining in. I've made it slightly more difficult this week, but I will give you some clues. It is an object, nothing to do with animals. Nobody at the moment on here has got it right. but it's really good if you interact on the Pet Psychic Facebook page. Send a message on there as well, because what you can do is leave your question, leave your picture of your pet, because then I've got them in advance for next time, and I can start putting the readings together ready for the next live, because I do like to sit quietly and I like to go through them in my own time, because I start picking up messages and then I make a few notes. So that is a great way to join in. Get your pictures on there, your animal's name, their age and your question. Leave them on the Pet Psychic page on Facebook so that I can see them, or you can send us a message through Messenger on there as well, because the more of you that join in, the better, and I really do appreciate you joining in. Melissa said, I think the mystery box object is a purse. It isn't actually, Melissa, but please have another go. Please have another go. Now, Louise was so kind that I mentioned earlier, because she did get the answer, the brooch, for last week's mystery box, but she said, I'll let somebody else had a reading, she said, because I've already had one. So do you know what I'm going to do for Louise for a change? I'm going to do a quick card reading. And these are my own cards that I produced. I think it was in 2019. I think it was before the lockdown. And I used my maiden name, Elizabeth Barber. And I just wanted to do my own set of oracle cards. So I put them together myself with this publisher, but I only did a short run of 100 packs, mainly because, if I'm honest, they're very expensive to produce. So, and I did sell them, so I haven't got any left now. I've only got my own. They did go really quickly. I might do some more at some point, but I really want to pull Louise a card out, so I like to shuffle them and ask Spirit, what does Louise need to know right now? And I'm sure some of you would like a card at some point, so I might do a few cards for you on another Facebook Live, as well as the pet readings. If that's something you'd like, just comment below and let me know if you would like that. And this is a couple of cards for Louise, so I don't know if she's here, but if not, I'm sure she can watch back. And the first card, Louise, for you is this beautiful card that says, love is in the air. I nearly sang it then. Love is in the air, everywhere I look around. Good job I'm a pet psychic, because I wouldn't make it as a singer. Love is in the air. So there is something very new with this, Louise. So it could be a romantic entwining, somebody new, but it could also be that you get a new friendship, somebody like your soulmate who you fall in love with. And often we think that kind of card is romance, but sometimes it's a new friendship, because we can have soulmates that aren't people who we should be romantic with, but we just get on with them and we just sort of feel like we've known them for years. But I do feel a new friend or a new romance is coming in when I look at this card for you. But look at this for Louise. She's got the card of take a risk. Can you see? It's a parachute. My kids took these pictures because they love traveling around the world. So I put all the pictures together to create these cards. And take a risk, Louise, for you means you need to come out of your comfort zone. You need to do something new. You need to know that you are capable of far more than you realise, and it is time to take a risk. And that may be something that you've been dying to do for a very long time, but you've just needed to summon up the confidence. And this is Spirit's way of kicking you up the backside and saying, come on, Louise, you can do it, get on with it. And you'll have to tell us what it is. Tell us what it is. Kate said, I love a bit of tarot. There you go, Kate. Well, might do you a reading next time. Kimmy said, are your cards in the mystery box? No, it's not cards. It's not my book. It's nothing personal to me in that respect. And Melissa said, yes, please. Card readings are amazing. So I have to incorporate them. Liz says, sounds like a fantastic idea, Beth, with the cards. Wendy said, yes, please, like a card reading as well. Tracy said, yes, please, Beth, a card reading. I would love one. Need some good news for a change. Shall I quickly pull you one out, Tracy? Very quick. Before the change, you've got chill out time. You're stressed, Tracy, when you get this card. Look, chill out time. So you need some downtime. You need to do some meditation, some deep breathing, Tracy. Then you'll be ready for good news and for a change. It's coming, but you need to settle yourself down first when you get chill out time. And sometimes other people can run us ragged, and that's what I feel about you. Like you just try and do everything for everybody else. So that is very interesting. Keep your answers coming in for the mystery box. Keep putting your answers on the Pet Psychic page all week, and I'll be having a look, and I'll be making a few little comments, maybe give you some clues to guide you in the right direction. Now, did any of you see the news this week? I just came across this amazing story, and it's about a cat called Rainbow, okay? And it was a missing cat. I don't know if any of you saw it. This cat actually went missing from Yellowstone National Park in America. And the cat tried to get home and actually walked 600 miles. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I just thought it was amazing. And I think we've got a clip of it that we're going to show you in a moment. Tracy, I think you enjoyed that card reading, didn't you? Because you said, thank you, Beth. You are super special. Oh, thank you. Kate says, oh my goodness, yes, I heard this news. It was amazing. So we've got a little poll now. Should we do tarot card readings every week? Yes or nah? Once is enough. Do join in with that poll, because if enough of you would like a card pulled out for you, I can incorporate that in with the Pet Psychic readings. You know, it might be something nice, hasn't it, for us to do for a change, as well as our mystery box, of course. So, yeah, do join in with, should we do tarot card readings every week? Yes or no? Kimmy said, have you heard of Camp Chesterfield in Indiana? It's a gated community that psychics live in. I live close to there. Do you know what, Kimmy? No, I've never heard of it. But I will Google it and find out about it. I really don't know about that, Kimmy. Oh, wow. Very interesting. So shall we have a look at the clip of Rainbow? I think you might find this really interesting. But what is important to remember, it's so crucial to make sure that your pets are microchipped. So, Mr. Producer, have we got the clip? Perfect. Have a look at this.
California couple reared on a trip to Yellowstone National Park. More than 2 months, Rain traveled more than 800 miles, getting within 200 miles of home. Despite searching for days, Benny and Suzanne Anguiano had to leave Yellowstone without him. 2 months later, Rain was found in Roseville, California, thanks to his microchip.
There up pops this message from Pet Watch. Rainbow with identifier, microchip number 12 digits long, has been identified.
Well, that woman in Roseville found Rainbow and took him to the local SPCA. The Anguianos credit the return and remind others of the importance of microchipping your pets and making sure that information is up to date.
Wow. That's amazing, isn't it? What a story. I just really wanted to share that with you because I was like, my goodness, Rainbow was determined to get home. Must have had catnap. Sorry, I couldn't resist that. But don't you think that that's amazing? I really want to talk to Rainbow and just ask Rainbow, how did you manage it? You know, and I know Rainbow was found 200 miles away, but had you know, completed like 600, was it 600 or 800 miles of that determination to find their way home. And, you know, that's testament to how much animals can really love us. And I know when I link into Rainbow said to me, I got very disorientated. I don't know why I had to go to Yellowstone Park because Rainbow feels very contented at home. Got very disorientated there and very lost their bearings, and then had this real motivational pull that no matter what was going to get back home. And what I like when I talk to Rainbow is this inner knowing that Rainbow would be reunited with their owner. Rainbow says to me, like, I just knew I'd be back. I knew I could get back. I knew I could do it. Isn't that incredible? Absolutely incredible. Something amazing. My friend Deb came yesterday. You might know her. She's quite famous in her own right. She's part of Fizzog, who do these amazing productions around the Midlands, but also Google Deb because she does the dancing grannies. They dress up as old ladies and they go into the middle of cities and start dancing. They've got a huge, massive following. Just Google Fizzog and dancing grannies. We've been friends for many years. I've been doing readings for Deb since, I've got probably 15 years or more. Anyway, she came for lunch yesterday. She reminded me of this story because a couple of weeks ago, she found a ginger cat in her garden. She had the sort of nous to take it to the local vets to get it chipped because she knew it was a cat that wasn't a cat she recognised. It had been there a few days. And when the vet found the microchip and phoned the owner, this cat had been missing for 5 years and was missing from Evesham in Worcestershire and had travelled to Stourbridge, which is probably about 38 miles away. And Deb was privileged to witness the owners being reunited with this cat. The vet kept the cat. The owners came to collect it. Deb asked if she could be there. And she said being reunited and witnessing what happened just made her cry because she said it was magical. This cat remembered the owners straight away, even though when it had gone missing, had only been 10 months old and been missing for 5 years. As soon as this cat saw the owner, cat was there. The owners were crying. And she said it was just magical to witness that. So the moral of the story is get your cats microchipped, but also if you have got a missing pet, don't give up. Do not give up the search because miracles can happen. They really can. But I just really wanted to share that story about Rainbow as well, and that beautiful story, you know, from America. Amazing, isn't it? Truly amazing. Truly. Catnap. Lynette said catnap. It's true. I think perhaps there is a catnap inbuilt into cats. Yeah, I could make a joke then about Tom Tom, couldn't I? Because as we know, Tom Tom is a sat-nav brand. Tomcat. Do you get my joke, everybody? I know what you're saying. Don't give up your day job, Beth. Oh, Wendy said, my dogs are microchipped, DNA profiled for identification and wear trackers. Oh, that's brilliant, Wendy. Absolutely brilliant. Kirsten said, thank you so much, Beth. I just heard the reading. I was distracted. What backed into a corner suddenly, and I wondered if you were doing a reading, and you were. Oh wow. Mandy said, I didn't recognise any of the names you said or about a wedding or love triangle. He does wear a head bandana, but he didn't say if he was happy or healthy. I said he was very happy with you. Mandy, because he said you spoil him and he likes that, but he did say he does miss your son. I didn't pick up on anything major health-wise, or I would tell you if I felt anything was out of balance. But as you know, I have to be really careful with health things because I'm not a vet and I have to work within the Veterinary Act, which states by law I'm not allowed to make a prognosis or a diagnosis. So if it's anything to do with health, by law I have to recommend that you take them to the vet. So if you do feel worried about anything within Mandy, then that is what you need to do. So I'm always very honest when I do the readings, because, you know, I can't sort of always say health things. I have to be mindful of that. Nevertheless, he didn't give me anything that I'd say to you, oh, check this, check that, because if he did, I'd tell you. So I hope that is helpful. Kirsten said, that was really helpful. We have put her on a restricted diet. Oh, that was for Negra, wasn't it? That excludes chicken, and it really helped with the paw problem. She has had an anti-itch injection as well. I'll get her back checked and we'll get a new mattress for her. Oh, that's lovely, Kirsten. Will you let me know? Put it on the Pet Psychic page, like, you know, what happens next, because I like to see the feedback. And sometimes I do the readings and I think, I wonder what happened then. So you have to keep me updated. Oh, Wendy said those reuniting clips get me every time. I know, they're lovely, aren't they, Wendy? They are, they're really lovely. Kate said you're on form tonight. Tom, I know, I couldn't resist that joke. Kate, I don't know if everybody would get it, because I think Tom-Toms are there. I don't know, do they still do them? Because I know when I go out in the car, I just use my Google Maps, like on my phone. I don't have a sat-nav. Mandy said, okay, my lovely lady, thank you, you're the best. Oh, that's very kind of you. Ruthie B said, I've missed it. My alarm didn't go off. Well, one good thing, Ruthie, you'll be able to re-watch it on our Facebook page. So don't worry that you missed it, and you can still join in with the mystery box, because I do that all week and I give you extra clues. But do remember to like, share, tag a friend and leave your answer. Leave your pet pictures for me with your questions, the pet's age, for me to do next time in the live, okay? And congratulations again to our mystery box winners this week, which was Brenda with Sylvester, Ronnie with Tallulah, Melissa with Kitty, Mandy with Sabre, and the kindness of Louise that I did a little card reading for. Hope you watch that back, Louise. And don't forget to join in with our poll. Shall I do some card readings as well as pet readings for you on the lives? If you'd like that, click yes. And if you don't want it, click nah. Once is enough. But I can't see the stats, so I don't know how many of you have voted. So I can't see the video with the stats. Perhaps it'll come up. If not, I'm sure my producer will tell me that the numbers there. Yes is 100% for card readings. Oh, well, that swings it then. So there you go. Look at my beautiful cards. 52. Took me a long time to produce those, but you know what? I really loved it, but I want to do some Pet Psychic ones, which I think that's going to be my next project, to be honest. Liz said, I've set an alarm on my phone for every Wednesday at 19:28, so I don't miss you. Thank you, Liz. The only thing next Wednesday is I've got something else booked in that I can't get out of, so it won't be Wednesday next week. So we'll sort out another day. We'll announce it on the Pet Psychic page, so you're all aware of it, but then we'll try and stick to Wednesdays where possible. Wendy Jordan, thank you, Beth. Lovely evening. Thank you for joining. Hello, Libby, as well. And thank you, everybody, for joining in again. I've had a lovely time. I hope you have too. And I will see you sometime next week. Take care, everybody. Speak to you soon. Bye.